I have one of these 2003 to 2007 classic General Motors trucks, GMC Sierra, Chevy Silverado with the CJ2 electronic climate control. And what commonly goes wrong with these is the blower motor resistor fails. It's the second time I changed it. It's the updated one and it failed. So we're replacing it again. To get to it, it's two 7mm screws. I took it off already. There's a hole over there. Hole over there. You don't have to remove the rest of this. You can just let it hang. You see, this hangs so like that in the passenger seat area. So it's gonna be tucked up like that. You get a screw. You get a screw. Drop them real easy. Pull that away. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's your blower motor right there. There's a connection going to the blower motor resistor to the blower motor. These wires right here. These wires connect the resistor to the whole harness. The original main blower motor resistor is only going to have 3 wires coming out of here. I believe it's, what the hell, it's these wires actually right here. Oh, it's going to be black, a little purple, and a red. And then it's going to have these 2 wires coming out on the side of the resistor when it's all in one. Problem with this thing is melted in the middle, wasn't working. So there's obviously something going on with this, and when these things fail and you keep running them like that, when it's melting the connector, it will make a truck go on fire. It is known, and your truck burns to the ground. General Motors, they really don't care about it, so they never offered a real recall for it. So I gotta get all this tape out of here because I'm replacing this whole harness again. This is our replacement part. Comes in a lunch bag. Resistor, now a different color. Here's our part number 1581773, and you get a little harness. Show the needing because it's not burned, and you're gonna need some butt splice connectors, which I should have somewhere. So let me get all this tape unraveled. I'll show you how to crimp it and install it. It's real easy. There were wires exposed. That's what I did last time. You know, these wires had a different connector on it, and it went right to the resistor. And so now it's just tricky getting these back wires off. What I'm probably gonna do, instead of fighting with it, I'm just going to take the whole blower motor out. It's just a tab in the back. You just got to feel for it. And you can just twist out. So like I said, tab. And then the connector's over here. So the connector is kind of a pain to get out. So you're probably never going to be able to get it when it's underneath the dash. So it's just easier to remove it like this. And you got to push in over here with a flathead screwdriver and you can pull that out. This is a 5.5mm, and the resistor is held in by, I believe, 2 screws. Yeah, I haven't done this in 2 years. Yep, 2 screws. Real easy job. I think the dealer gets like over $200 for this. Maybe $300 is labor. You can do it yourself. Alright. There's our resistor. Feel the corrosion on our old resistor. That's why it failed and why it melted. Typical problem. Moisture collects right over here, and the thing shorts out. These are the butt splice connectors I'm using. The little Duraseals. You heat them up with a heat gun or a soldering iron. That's what happens. They shrink. So I put 2 on already. The small little, I don't know what gauge that is, wire, little purple one, it's a real bitch to crimp, but you can do it. Just gotta get the right size thing and crimp it real good. I actually might have used a smaller one than that one last time, I don't know. You can also cut down on those wires, but I didn't. I left them a stock length, and they're too long. I know that, but working with it as is. So that's another thing. I should have really shortened them. I forgot how long they are, but they tuck up. So let's do our last wire, plug it in, see if the thing works. You get a little foam O-ring thing right over here, and that just goes just like that. So right on that peg. They make these things with a million screw holes in them because there was like a one module fits all now because GM had so much problems with these things. And you know, this one's only going to fail too. It's going to look like this in about no time. You see where all the water and stuff sits right over here because it's just so humid in this place. But that's why you don't live in the tropics. Your car falls apart. Module installs like so. You use the first hole looking towards you over here, and you use the last one in the corner. It's there's this one if you're looking at it, I think. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one you use on that side. So let's plug it in and see if this thing works for 2 years maybe. Maybe we'll give it 2 years. And of course, before we do all this, well, we're going to tape all this stuff up and first heat shrink it. Let's see if it works. It will not work. Works first try. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't burn up and melt like the other one did. That's how you fix it. It's pretty easy. Don't leave money in your car either. It's not my ride. It's how things get stolen. But yeah, all the functions work. It's actually not even called a resistor. It's called a blower like control module. Yeah, we're stepping down all the speeds. There's a bunch of speeds on this one. I don't know how many. 7, 8. Low speed, 2 speed, 3 speed, 4 speed, 5 speed, 6 speed, 7 speed, 8 speed, 9 speed. I don't know. That's how you do it. Let's go. I'll show you how this stuff works. It's pretty cool. If you've never seen it before, probably most of you did. And wrap it up. While our soldering iron heats up, shrink that. I'm going to show you 2 other spots to check if you put all that stuff together and your system still is not working. One of them is right over here. Got a little fuse panel. Pops off like so. You've got HVAC. HVAC, got a 10 amp fuse. It's somewhere over there next to the green fuse, the 30 amp, one lower. Check that one. And then there's an under hood fuse to a blower motor cartridge fuse. I didn't pop my hood. Thought I did. There we go. Sorry about that. But the cartridge fuse is in the underhood fuse panel on these trucks, which is over here. And it would be this one right over here, 40 ampere. It's called blower, 40 amp. So check that one too. And I had that problem last time I changed it. This fuse blew. And I had no power to the blower motor. I thought something was wrong, but it was there. So check that if it does not work. And it should be good. There's really nothing else that can go wrong with that except for that whole climate control module in the dashboard. Told you I was going to show you how these heat shrink things work. There's one over here already shrunk. You could use a little butane torch too, but I don't like using those underneath the dash of a car, carpet and whatnot. Well, you just heat it up. Heat it up, heat it up, heat it up, and it'll shrink eventually. Don't go too much or you'll melt it. Like I said about the wires last time, they're a little bit too long, but I just coil them up real nice. Do a little coil like so, and they fit up in that dashboard underneath the shields, which I'm tempted to clean or not. Just fine. So, looks awesome. That's how you fix it. And you save yourself a lot of money. I had to do the blower motor on this too. When I originally changed the resistor, the blower motor kept crapping out, and I just boom, 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 kept hitting it. And it would work, and I ohmed it out, and it wasn't really didn't have much in it. So I placed the motor. Well, I placed the resistor, placed the motor. That was 2 years ago, exact to the date almost. And now the resistor failed again. So that's what you get for living in the tropics, like I said before, when you're running the air all year long. So yeah, if you like this video, subscribe, like, or comment on Google Plus if you can. Putting their cover back on too. Just add this at the end. Another thought why I think these blower motor resistors fail. I was looking underneath the dash and I was looking at the rust. Okay, I don't have rust that bad on the vehicles I drive because I leave the windows shut when I park. This particular driver, they always leave the windows down, and it's very, very humid in here, so I think the humidity level increases in the car, and it's probably not good for that module, so that's why we're probably going through these so quick. But they want to change their habits, so we'll be doing it again, no doubt. But those are screws, 7mm right there, and you're all set. And definitely keep your windows up. You can see all this rust and shit. It would not form if you keep your windows up.